Yes, sir. Testing 1 2 3. It's your boy King DJ Tricks. You know what time it is. We gotta talk boxing. Shakur Stevenson. You know, I think he's fighting one of the most dangerous opponents he's fought in a long time, man. To me, his resume is ass. It's about time he stepped up. He's moving near his 30s, I believe now. And Teofimo Lopez had one really bad loss against the Australian. I keep forgetting his name. Kambosos. I don't think Kambosos was better than him. He's technically sound, but Teofimo should have beat his ass. He wasn't in his right mind space. But when Teofimo was in his right mind space and his footwork is working, he's a pretty good fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's one of my top guys that I like right now in this new generation. I've always liked him. I feel like he could have beaten a lot of the people out there that people think are the top guys at that 135, 140 weight class. Okay, so he is that talented. Just has to stay in the game and stay active. You know, keep learning. That fight's gonna be very interesting. But we're not talking about that right now. We got to go to Tank Davis. As you guys know, I've always said my issues with Gervonta Tank Davis. Okay, all of that stems from his situation with Floyd. Floyd's one of my favorite boxers. I ended up having to see him a few times. I didn't see him in his prime, but you know, I'm happy I was able to see Floyd fight, you know, Logan Paul. I was there live, front row. I'd love to see him fight somebody else, but you know, he's getting up there in age, okay? And he gave Tank an opportunity. Now, Floyd met Tank through Adrian Broner, which I was also trying to help at one point in time because he was having some, you know, legal situations and I wanted him to fly out here and stay out of trouble, interview him and give him some stuff that he could do. His team was actually open to doing it, but it was too much of a headache for the process, okay? So he ended up going to jail. I don't remember if it was domestic abuse or something, man, but child support. It was a whole bunch of stuff, but his career just went downhill. He fought Chino, you know, beat him up in the ring. He was kind of slumped walking out of there, and after that his career kind of started to take a nosedive, okay? But you know, Adrian Broner was a pretty good fighter. He kept his head in the game and signed to Floyd and did some big things with Floyd, but Floyd gets a lot of flack, you know, and I know his mind might not always be where people wanted to be, but that was the right move for them to take, was to be with Floyd and let Floyd, you know, help them out, because even though they probably wouldn't have made the money they thought they were going to make, they would still be making money today and they'll be out of trouble, okay? So all that being said, you know, Adrian Broner and Tank being cool with each other, that just gives you an idea of the mentality of the individuals that are there.
Oh, that look good!
We know Floyd that ended up going to jail or prison at some point in time for domestic abuse for his first baby's mother or his second one. I don't really remember, but he ended up going to jail right after the Cotto fight. Okay, he spent I think a year in there, and yeah, that wasn't a good look for him. But it seems like all the legends, you know, maybe except for Michael Jordan, he had the gambling thing to his name, but most of the legends are you know, it's hard, man. It's hard. So you need someone with some level of veteranship to tell you what to do and what not to do. And Floyd had a situation with Tank, you know, where he was trying to educate him and teach him about stuff, and his trainer was pretty much saying some bullshit like, oh, you went through some situations too, Floyd, like he got to learn too. And you know, long and behold, his trainer, his first trainer, ended up technically being replaced with a new trainer for his last fight, and that didn't look too good, okay? So when you enable people, that's what you end up getting. You end up getting a Tank Davis who doesn't like to hear criticism. He wants to attack everybody at all times, and he puts his hand on women. It's insane. He was supposed to be the one to fight Jake Paul and not Anthony Joshua. Jake Paul would have still had his jaw. Anthony Joshua wouldn't have been in Africa if motherfucking Tank Davis would have done what he was supposed to do and that fight would have happened. Point blank, period. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable how things trickle down. But this is not the first time he's had an issue with crazy baby mamas. He had that one really pretty one who, like, she put caca on his toothbrush, and I was like, man, that's a crazy situation. But this new girl, apparently he kidnapped her from the club and dragged her out of there, so he has a lot of charges. And this is what Adrian Broner had to say. Pay attention to this.
Man, fuck them folks, man. Keep running, bro. You the new John Dillinger out this bitch. Tell them folks, go bite off the same sandwich as Magic Johnson and you'll turn yourself in. Fuck 'em.
So, you know, Adrian Broner don't lost his mind. He's insane in the membrane. But yeah, I mean, they picked up Tank. He's in custody, and apparently he had a bond too. He had bail. Let me see what his bail was, just so I don't give you the wrong information. Let's go, Tank Davis. I know he had a bail recently. I'll make sure to show you guys all the highlights, man. Don't even worry about it. All the highlights, all the information. So his mugshot is here in Miami. His bond was $16,000. That's not. I mean, he could pay that. That's easy. But the amount of money he missed out on, and the opportunities that he's missing out on right now, having these legal problems, man, with women. Come on, bro. He's got to do better, man. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I pray for you, Gervonta Davis. You know, you're a brother. I don't want to see brothers go down like this, but you got to do better, my brother. All right. First, Toke, King DJ Tricks. Got more videos coming out. Subscribe, like the video. I love y'all. Peace.